feel like no one talks about late 20s, like 27, 28, 29. Everyone talks about early 20s, mid 20s, but no one talks about late 20s, at least on this app. And I feel like it's just a really interesting place to be, especially now, because we got affected by COVID. And society has always said, like, by your late 20s, early 30s, you kind of have your shit figured out. And I just feel like me and all my friends don't really have our shit figured out at all. Excuse me for my language. But we're all living at home. Not all, but a lot of us are living at home. We're like in between jobs. Some of us are single, or some of us are in serious relationships, but we're not ready for marriage quite yet. And it's just a weird place to be, because I always thought in my late 20s I would have everything figured out, and I just don't. It's just a weird, I feel like a lot of my friends are having like mental breakdowns, like not actually, but just, we all thought we would have our lives together and we don't. And I don't hear anyone talk about it. It's not fun. Like, being late 20s is like not that fun, because I feel like early 20s we got to party and we traveled and we got everything out, and late 20s we're like, okay, now we have to actually lock in, and I don't even know what to lock into. Like, it's just, I don't know. So let me know if this is relatable at all.
You're totally right. We don't tell women about the ugly truth because we shield women from the truth, but we're very, very honest when it comes to men. And that's just how it is. Women, they live life on easy mode. Men live life on hard mode. So it makes sense. So the thing is, she said that she had friends that were in relationships. Those guys don't want to commit to them. She said that some of these women are still living with their parents. I mean, to tell me that's a great situation, but you mean to tell me that you can't get a man and you're in your late 20s going about to hit the wall at 30? It's crazy. Like, these women prioritize their work. They prioritize everything she mentioned instead of getting into a relationship or being able to lock a man down. She blamed it on COVID. What about before COVID? Were you serious then? Most likely you weren't.
A lot of my friends in our early 30s, late 20s are going through this moment of shift where we spent so much time wanting to be like a boss-ass bitch, wanting to be like an executive, wanting to kill it and crush in our careers, to like kind of just wanting to chill, like not wanting the stress, wanting to travel, wanting to have flexibility. Maybe it's just like as we get older, we realize what's actually important in life, and it's just like not within those four walls. Maybe it's we have redefined or are redefining what success looks like and feels like. I know for me, I spent, a good amount of my career on Wall Street, not in a front office seat to be clear, but still you get attached to like this image of success. And I think once we hit a certain age, we start to actually identify what success means for us. Just an observation.
And this is just another case, guys, of a woman falling completely victim to being a successful woman, falling for the propaganda of feminism. You'll be happy. You can have both. But what they're noticing is that they wasted so much of their youth, their attractiveness, and now they have these masculine habits, and they're very demanding. They have very high standards, and they just can't meet the demands. And the guys that they feel like they were going to be on par with, those guys are not even looking at them. So it's just a sad reality. A lot of these women, they're slamming into the wall, and they're learning it every single day that it's getting closer and closer to those 30s, to those 35s, to those 40s. And before you know it,
if you're over 35, it's time to put that shit on clearance. If you're at 40, it's time to put that shit at the outlet. If you're at 50, Salvation Army.
Wait, this video is for black guys and black guys only. Can you guys stop like killing each other? Because I want to start dating black guys this summer. I'm finally out of the sunken place, and like it is so rude and like so mean how you guys keep like being mean to each other. Like, that's not nice.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Pregnant with this man, baby, and whole time he's out here following girls and talking to girls, and there's girls in his phone, and they probably don't even know I'm pregnant. We laugh, we smile, we kiki, and we don't or do judge, because even I'm thinking about it right now. This aged incredibly, I'm no longer pregnant.
hey, baby girl, to be honest with you, it's all a part of the game, man. So, hey, take a ticket and get in line.
Like I said, like, the baby not the issue. And the thing about it that really sucks the most is like I can't even enjoy my pregnancy. Like, I'm not mad about the baby. Like, I would never do anything to hurt my child, but it's the fact that I feel like my suffering is causing my child to suffer. Now an unborn child who's innocent, don't got nothing to do with it, gotta deal with this bullshit because your motherfucking ass can't think outside of yourself. Now a child gonna have to go through this shit. Like, I don't want to do the gender reveal no more. I don't want to do the gender reveal. I don't want to do the gender reveal no more. I damn near don't want to do a baby shower. I don't want to be involved at all. Like, for my own peace, I don't want to be involved. I feel like I can't even enjoy my own pregnancy because of somebody else. Like, somebody keep adding stress to me, and then this nigga trying to make it seem like he want the baby. Like that's no secret. But it's just like, bro, you telling me you want this baby and shit like this, but look how you treat me. Like, you have no appreciation for the person carrying your seed. You have no appreciation for me at all. Like, can he give me a massage? This act like that's just the world's hardest task. Like, my nigga, I'm carrying your child, and I didn't ask for this. Like, this shit was joint. So
what?
Like, I don't get it.
She's making it bigger than it needs to be, but totally what this is, guys, when women act like this, they wig out. They're in a pregnancy with a guy. She said it out of her mouth clear as day that he wants to be in the baby's life. He wants the child. He wants to be with, that's evident. But the thing is, this woman is losing power. That's what it is. She's starting to see that she's having a loss of power, and she doesn't know how to handle it, because women typically have their claws in the men, financially. If they're married, they have a child on the line, like they can, have their hooks really deep sunk into a man. But in this situation, she don't have no ring, most likely. They just, it's just off of a handshake, off of his word. And he said that he wants to be around, but he doesn't want to do certain things. That right there, guys, if she's getting super emotional about that, that means that she's losing the structure of the power that she believes that she has over the man. And hey, man, maybe it's your time to, wake up and say, hey, man, I can't just be out here controlling people because of how I feel or because of my hormones. I got to understand that this is going to pass me by, and this guy wants to stay. And you should be happy that a guy wants to stay around, because most guys, when they get women pregnant, they typically they're not planning to do it in the first place. So be happy one wants to stick around.
Rule number one, never go out with a group of bitches, especially when it's time for your fucking birthday, because guess fucking what?
Bitches will not show up for you on my mother. They will not show up for you on my soul. I booked reservations for 8 people. 8 people. 8 people.
How many?
Ask me how many. 8 people.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't.
Ask me how many people showed up.
Well.
I said ask me.
Well, how many?
2.
All right.
2.
I mean, hey, this is what y'all get for hanging out with women that are broke. And if you were paying for those 8 people and only 2 people showed up, well, the other 6, let me say, then if you were paying, they'd show up. If you're not paying, then it doesn't matter. But this is the problem. You guys should have men. Where's your men? Where's your boyfriends? You can't get one, right? Exactly. So what are you doing? Like, all your last hope is to hang out on birthdays with girls who don't give a damn about you, who probably talk crazy about you in the bathroom, don't invite you to certain places, and then they show that they're broke and not showing up to your little event. Like, if you guys had men, you guys wouldn't have to deal with any of these broke birds. But no, you guys rather be with each other, hang with each other, and, see who the brokest one is, and then start some drama. It's crazy, man. These women, man, they never learn.
I just need to know, how much are you making a month? $4 million?
Sex work or sexualizing yourself for a profit is not empowering, it's objectifying. When you promote the idea that women have the right to sell their bodies, you're also arguing that men have the right to buy their bodies. And this sentiment of, oh, it's her prerogative, it's her choice if she wants to sell her body, exposes the fatal flaw of choice feminism, which essentially posits that choices are inherently feminist as long as they are made by a woman. And whatever choice a woman wants to make is inherently up to her. It overlooks one of the biggest factors of how we as humans make choices. It ignores structural and systemic inequality, things that fundamentally shape our worldview. If a woman is raised in an environment that is abusive and she is taught to be demure, submissive, and subservient, and she is taught that women do not deserve an education, they are meant to be traditional and work in the home, she will likely grow up to make the personal choice to stay home, to be a mother, to neglect her education, and to neglect her career. But that doesn't mean that choice was inherently her own. It wasn't made in a vacuum. It was constrained by social, cultural, environmental, and economic influences. Likewise, just because a woman makes the choice to sell her body doesn't
Absolutely. It doesn't mean that you should. She's totally right. But the problem is the stigma is becoming slowly being, you know, on lonely fans, because they don't want you to say the abbreviation. They don't like that word, so I'm not gonna say it. So yeah, that's becoming the stigma. So everything's starting to turn around on its head, and every time I have some new itinerary and new videos on that's been brought and on my desk, I'm like, bro, this is slowly starting to sink in, because guys are very, very stern. They're putting 10 toes down and they're not budging. And we're seeing it all over the world. This is this is a time to be alive. You don't understand what we're living through. And I think about my pops, RIP, all the time. I'm like, if he was to see how men are like actually, you know, standing on their word, they're not simping, they're not completely folding for women, he'd be proud. But that's the end of the video. Make sure you guys like the video, sub to the channel with post notifications on, and comment for the algorithm, please, to push this video out further. You already know who I am. You know where to find me. Your boy Bounty Villains up. Mastodon's down. Let's get it. Let's go. I'll see you guys all in the next video. I got to get back to cooking this content up, because, man, we're halfway through 2030, and the ride is just getting wackier and wackier. I'll see you guys all in the next one. I hope to see you guys all 2 times. I'm out. Peace.